Do you have any hesitancy or reason for us not to look at those documents?
They're not my documents, Senator, and I have no
You think they would be helpful
about
to
it
us?
whatsoever.
You think they'd be helpful?
As Senator, I don't believe I had any active involvement with this group.
Well,
I've racked my memory, and I can't recall anything. And if I had been involved actively in any way in the group, I'm sure that I would remember.
Well, Mr. Chairman, if I could have your attention, I think we ought to vote on issuing a subpoena to the custodian of those CAP records. And I want to do that at an appropriate time. I'd move that the committee go into executive session for the purpose of voting on the issuancing of the sole purpose for issuing the subpoena of those records.
Well, we'll consider that, Senator Kennedy.
Well,
there are many requests which are coming to me in many quarters, and quite candidly, I view the requests. If it's really a matter of importance, you and I see each other all the time. You've never mentioned it to me. And I do not ascribe a great deal of weight. We actually didn't get a letter, but...
you did get a letter, are you saying?
Well, now, wait a minute. You don't know what I got. I'm about to...
Of course I do, sir, Senator, since I sent it.
Well, the sender doesn't necessarily
right
know what the recipient gets, Senator Kennedy.
I've got it right here.
You are not in the position to say what I received. If you'll bear with me for just 1 minute.
But I am in a position to say what I sent to you on December 22nd.
Well, you're in a position to tell me what you sent.
I renew my request, Senator, and if I'm going to be denied, then I'd appeal the decision of the chair. I think we are entitled to this information. It deals with the fundamental issues of equality and discrimination. This nominee has indicated he has no objection to us seeing these issues. We've gone over the questions, and we are entitled to get that kind of information. And if you're going to rule it out of order, I want to have a vote on that here on our committee.
Well, don't be premature, Senator Kennedy. I'm not about to make a ruling on this state of the record. I hope you won't mind if I consider it, and I hope you won't mind if I give you the specifics that there was no letter which I received. I take umbrage that you're telling me what I received. I don't mind you're telling me what you mailed. But there's a big difference between what's mailed and what's received, and you know that. We're going to move on now.
Well,
Senator Grassley?
Mr. Chairman, I'd appeal the ruling of the chair on this.
There's been no ruling of the chair, Senator
Well, what
Kennedy.
is my request is that we go into the executive session for the sole purpose of voting on a subpoena for these records that are held over at the Library of Congress for that purpose and that purpose only. And if I'm going to be denied that, I'd want to give notice to the chair that you're going to have it again and again and again, and we're going to have votes of this committee again and again and again until we have a resolution.
Well, Senator Kennedy, I'm not concerned about your threats to have votes again, and again. And I'm the chairman of this committee, and I have heard your request, and I will consider it. And I'm not going to have you run this committee and decide when we're going to go into executive session. We're in the middle of a round of hearings. This is the first time you have personally called it to my attention, and this is the first time that I have focused on it. And I will consider it in due course. And now we'll move to Senator Grassley for 20 minutes. Thank you, Senator Grassley. That will be all. We'll recess until 2 o'clock.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Senator Kennedy.
Just as a quick matter of personal privilege, I'd like to include in the record the response from your staff to this letter that I wrote to you on the 22nd, and also my staff response to your staff's response to the letter. Include them in the record.
Like all requests, unanimous consent for the record, they're granted.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
Senator Durbin?
Mr. Chairman, I
just want it known that we're now into the lunch hour, but go ahead, Senator Durbin.